Hello YouTube and welcome back. Zadarkus with the tier list for the marksman for the 7.11 patch. My recommended list is very straightforward. Currently, Draven, Caitlyn and Twitch are the AD carries that stand out the most. Draven with a heavy snowball potential, really strong early to mid game, and of course if he did get fed, he's just gonna wreck the party in the late game. A little bit harder to play of all the three, but also the one that can have you pay out all that skill earlier. After that we got Caitlyn, always a safer pick with a weaker mid game but a strong early and a strong late game, especially early in the lane where she can bully people because of her range, and once she gets the item needed she does get very strong in the late game thanks to her range once again and the traps in the middle of the team fights. Twitch as well, hyper carry, okay-ish laning phase, but in the end pops up in a team fight and just melts everybody. The 380 carries with the best statistics and of course with the best performance. Situational, we have the misfortune for a good team compositions with a good amount of crowd control and AoE abilities. She can just stay in the back and synergize with the team if that is a chance. If there are a lot of assassins and high mobility on the enemy team, she may be a bad pick. Same thing goes for the Kog'Maw, another type of hyper carry if you don't want to pick Twitch, but honestly relies too much on your team to protect you, and that's why unless you have maybe a duo support or somebody you can trust, maybe not the best pick to have in solo queue. And then we have Jinx. She is kinda okay but not as strong as the previous mentioned, but can still snowball, and with her movement speed buff in a team fight just get those kills. Laning phase is kinda okay with the rockets, you can safely farm if you up against a Caitlyn for example, but her ultimate is a skill shot and her W has a long cooldown. If you don't get ahead, you're not going to be very useful. Kinda okay. If you do play these champions, you could continue to play them, Tristana and Kalista, but they are not as strong as the other champions I mentioned. Both Kalista and Tristana would easily get wrecked by a Draven or by a Twitch. Twitch doing a better job when it comes down to raw attack speed, damage, DPS than any of the previous I just mentioned, Tristana and Kalista, and Draven in a 1v1 just annihilates, just destroys any of these. Kalista's ultimate is kinda useful in some situations, but it's hard to get the synergy between. In solo queue it's all about what you can do by yourself for your team. When you depend a lot of other players, like Kalista does with her ultimate, like Kog'Maw does by himself, if you get the wrong teammate, you basically are screwed. And that's why Kalista here, not being really that strong by herself and relying on a good teammate with her ultimate, is not something I would recommend. Tristana as well takes too long to scale and just gets wrecked by any of the previous champions that have an early spike in their power. My name is Zadarkus, this video is made for you and I hope it helps. As always, give it a thumbs up if you did enjoy. Leave a comment, let me know what you think, and of course share it with your friends, it helps them and me out a lot. Subscribe if you are not, and I'll be seeing you pretty soon with a new one. Bye bye.